chaps, welcome to Saturday. It's the 11th of March today, and I'm doing another little video for you guys. Not doing software today because I've kind of run out of software to review for you guys. So I'm going to focus on a piece of hardware that you've seen in a few videos, but I've not really covered in any great detail. And it is the Humble shaving bowl. This one was made by Bideford Pottery. As you may or may not be able to see on the bottom there, it's a limited edition piece, number 18 of 30 on this particular run anyway, that was done for the shaving room forum, and this is the cream colourway, and it's a very nice little bowl. And now what you'll see, you can tell, it's quite a rustic design. It's all entirely handmade, hand engraved, and obviously small batch items with a little bit of grooving going on in there, and as you can see, it fits nicely in the palm of your hand. I can just about wrap my fingertips over the top of the bowl. I think it's somewhere between 5 and 6 inches in diameter, and it's about 2.5 to 3 inches deep. So why did I get it? Well, yonks ago I used an old melamine cereal bowl. It was completely smooth on the interior for the forming with lather, and whilst it performed the job, I wanted something dedicated to shaving and a little bit different, you know, just something nice. And I saw these were up for a run. I thought, why not? And ever since, it kind of transformed my lathering. So that the grooves, the pattern that you see inside here, all seem to aid the building of a good lather. Helps to knock the air bubbles out and form a nice dense lather. So what I thought I'd do today with this one is whip up a lather with something that is traditionally quite obstinate, shall we say, in forming a lather. It's not Mitchell's wool fat, because we all know, you've seen this in Mitchell's videos. You can get fantastic lather with Mitchell's in here and a good brush. I'm using an Erasmic stick. Now, this stick has been grated and pushed into an old little pot from a takeaway that I thoroughly cleaned out, and I've been blooming it, so I've got a little bit of bloom water going on in there, because I find that's one way to get a good lather out of it. So just going to pour away the bloom water and show you the brush of the day. The brush of the day is, of course, a Cadman 26mm silver tip knot, and that's the bowl of soap. So what we're going to do, we're going to have to get a good load. Absolutely, it's imperative that you get a good load on this soap, because if you don't, you'll get naff all in the way of lather. And the blooming is essential as well, because it's a very hard triple milled soap, which has softened a bit in the pot since I grated it and have been using it, which I think might well be aiding the lathering process that you're going to see today. But all in all, the bowl is going to do the majority of the work. So as you can see, we're breaking up the top surface of the soap here to get a good amount of pre-lather into the brush, and then we're going to take it to the bowl and form a lather. Now, I've done a video on Erasmic before, how to get the best out of it. I've done it with palm lathering to show you the best types of brushes, and it's always been my view that natural hair brushes work better on this soap. Not entirely sure why. It's possibly the amount of water they hold up front, but either way, regardless of the underlying reasons, it seems to be, for me, that synthetics don't work quite as well with this soap. So, I think we have a brush full of pre-lather. It's quite deep in there, all the way down the sides. We're going to scoop out the remaining pre-lather here, because we don't want to waste anything at all. transfer that to the bowl. So we have bowl, we have brush, and we have pre-lather. Now to start with, I'm just going to whip what we've got, and then I'll start adding water to get more lather, because as we know, thick sort of whipped cream lather, whilst it looks pretty, doesn't function all that well on the face during a shave. So what we do, you'll see as you swirl, the lather catches in the grooves in the bowl, and as you draw it back out, certainly from slow analysis, it seems to pull it out and leave the air. It's just my humble observation. There's been no gadgetry with cameras to prove that that's what's happening, but that's what seems to happen. Either way, grooves are good. So what we're going to do, because we've got air gone, we're going to add some water, just a few drops at a time, to start building the lather to something close to what you want to shave with. Now I'm going to show you again in a moment or two exactly what this looks like. You can see what we've got going on in the brush, what we've got going on in the bowl. We definitely need some more water, without a shadow of a doubt. And the key is to add it slowly, because if you add too much at once, excuse me, you can completely collapse your lather and you've got a disaster on your hands and you've got to start again. And yeah, this is basically all I do. Swirl, and then sometimes I go side to side in the bowl to beat the lather out of the brush. And you see it kind of builds on the edge there as you do that. You see the brush is literally chock full of lather, and then I'll just scrape it out into the bowl to see what it's like. You can see it just building there lovely on the edge. And at this point in time it's pretty decent. Obviously need more water, mind. And I like to add the water into the top part of the brush just here, so that it kind of trickles down slowly into the lather at a bit more of a sensible pace. That way you don't destroy what you're building. Or at least that's my entirely non-scientific approach. I'm sure I've seen Avnish do the same when building his lathers. So look what we've got here. We've got a wetter look on the lather, slight sheen to it going on in the bowl. Now, Erasmic soap has historically, for me, not given the greatest shaves, but the one standout property of it, when built properly with a good load, is it's been as slick as you like. And just putting some between my fingers today, that is very slick. Up there quite easily with my slickest soaps. And again you can see uber amounts in the brush. The bowl is chock full of quality lather, certainly on the face of things. There we go, loads of lather. Needs just a touch more water, not a lot, and then I think we're golden. So this is what we have in the barrel. Lots of yummy lather. So let's turn around, bring it in there. And the question is, will it give me a good shave? Well, let's see, shall we? I know my good lady wife has taken quite a shine to the Erasmic when she shaves the legs. And that's one of the ways I found out that the ball brushes work really, really well. She uses an Amiga 49 to whip this up, and she said it's wonderful. Well, it's clearly better than your canned goop, and she has no problems with it, so happy days there. So let's see how that looks during the shave, shall we? We've got good leather. Like I say, the bowl sits perfectly in the hands. It's nice and grippy on the sides. There's no danger that it's going to fall out of your hands. It's done its job nicely. So Bideford Pottery, 10 out of 10 there. Let's have a shave. The one thing I've noticed about this lather over time is that it has a tendency to collapse. It doesn't stay particularly stable, but that which is left is really slick, so it doesn't affect your shave too much. The cushioning properties are lost a little bit, but like I say, the actual glide is not lost in any way, shape or form. So let's pick a razor. Let's pick the 39C, shall we? Now I've already hot toweled, and we've got an Astra Superior stainless blade in here. And yeah, it's gliding nicely. The lather is doing its usual trick of collapsing. It doesn't stay very stable, but it never has, for me anyway. But like I said, because it is so slick, it still does its job. And let's face it, when you've been used to using like the old shaving oils, there's not a lot on your face anyway. If you look back in the day, the Romans used to shave with olive oil, apparently. So what's to say that a thin layer of something on your face to lubricate the blade is poorer than something thick and heavy, providing it does the slickness. There we go. So let's go across the grain as best we can. Yeah, it's nice and slick still. So I hope you've all had a good week. Mine has been eventful. Busy week at work, and managed to get into the recording studio on Monday with one of my colleagues and friends to lay down a few ideas for a bit of Delta Blues, psychedelic rock fusion. And suffice to say, the made a lot of noise. Yeah, look on here, it's pretty much completely collapsed. But it is still ridiculously slick. Now, if a lather feels good and slick to the point where it resembles a BP oil disaster, then I would likely use it. If it's collapsing on your face and feels dry, it's going nowhere. So yeah, there we go. That's the only reason I'm using this lather today. Otherwise I'd have abandoned it and gone for something else. So let's go for the third and final pass against the grain as best we can, under the neck anyway. Then I'm going to give you some thoughts on a balm. A balm? You can't give him a balm. Bite him. 10 internet points, anyone who gets the reference. There we go. This is why I'm going to use a balm. I'm going to show you, because this is not a good shave today. I don't normally like recording bad shaves, but just to prove that they do happen even to those of us who've got a good handle on what we're doing. Occasionally your skin will have other ideas. And this today, my friends, is one of those days when my skin's having other ideas. Got a couple of weepers going on. The residual slickness from that soap is crazy. It's very crazy. But yeah, so when I say it has other ideas, we've got a little bit of irritation. It's red, it's a couple of weepers. So a couple of them going on. So we're going to clean up, and somewhere right here is the Osma block. Now this is an alum block, and for anyone who doesn't know, it's a little mineral, kind of like a salt block, kind of looks like it. I'm not going to taste it to find out. And it acts as an astringent, so any little weepers that you might have, any irritation that you get, like these patches here, helps to soothe it. And all you do is you wet it. In this case I'm going to run it under a cold tap, and you rub it on your boat race. And it will give you a good indication of how your shave has gone, because any cuts, any weepers, it has a tendency to sting and let you know how it's gone. Sometimes, particularly when I'm using a product for the first time, from a new supplier, I will pull the alum block out after a shave just to give me a bit of an idea of how it's gone on. I'm Gordon Ramsay mode there. Very staccato way of saying a sentence. Anyway, that's all I'll do. I'll just rub a generous layer on, leave it for 30 seconds or so, and wipe it off. So I'm going to come back to you in 30 seconds. See you in a bit. And welcome back. So it's been 30 seconds or so. I've just rinsed out my brush and bowl, and I've prepared a cold towel to take off the alum. So all I'm going to do is just pat it on my face, gently, like so. And voila. Now it's still a little red. I'm not entirely unsurprised by that, because that soap has always given me this kind of reaction. But the alum block from Osmo does its job. Sorted out the weepers, and yeah, happy days there. So it's a great little thing to have, the old Osmo block. It's about a £5-ish from recollection, but definitely worth having in your collection to highlight how your shave has gone, if not correct any weepers. Now, I realise I'm covering a few different things here in this shave today, but it's a shave, sometimes you have to. So we're going to cover a balm. Now this balm I've used quite a bit, and it's this one from the Real Shaving Company. I've been using it regularly now for a good few weeks just to see how it goes, and the first use I started adding about a piece of, well, blob of balm about the size of a marrow fat pea on my fingertip, but I've since found that you don't need anywhere near that much. A regular common or garden pea sized amount, like so, is ample. I'll just rub it in ever so gently, and the very delicate peach type scent doesn't really interfere with anything, but what I found, it gives a great post shave feel. I cannot complain about that in any way, shape or form. For a couple of quid, it's great stuff. Definitely get it in your collection. Like I say, a couple of quid from Sainsbury's, job done. So back to the focal point of the video, the main point should I say, the shaving room bowl. It does what it's meant to do. It fits nicely in the hand, enabling easy lathering, whether you're left or right-handed. Makes no difference, it's a left and right-handed bowl. And yeah, like I say, it's a rustic affair from Bideford Pottery, and I like that. It gives it some charm. You can see all the little inclusions in the surface, the imperfections where the glaze is quite clearly a handmade product. The occasional thumbprint. And I like all these little quirks about it. It's what makes it unique. Everyone is slightly different. They're not the same. It's nice to have something a little bit human. It has human character. And the ridges do a lovely job of building a good lather, whether you're using a soap or a cream. And yeah, absolutely brilliant. I highly recommend the bowl. And yes, superb stuff. Other shaving bowls are of course available from all good shaving outlets, including the likes of Amazon and eBay. Although they're not really shaving outlets, but you get my point, they're everywhere. So yes, gents, I realise this has been a bit of a mishmash, so I'm not going to thank any particular product or any particular person today. Thank you all, however, for watching and listening to my name drivel every week, most weeks. And yeah, thanks again. I will see you again hopefully tomorrow, so I'm going to go shopping early in the morning and get a couple of new bits, and hopefully I'll be able to get a video done tomorrow. midday shave, see how it goes. Thanks gents for watching, very much appreciate that. Very much appreciate your likes as well and your subscriptions, and I will see you again soon. Bye.